Krshna-Darsana, the vision of Krishna. Krishna is an object for the vision. Vision is an inward seeing. Seeing is different from the seen. Krishna is seen. Vision is the seeing inside. But this logic is not just as the viewing of an object outside like a stone or any scene. Krishna is an entity, non-physical within. Vision of it is also non-physical within. It is something to do only inside, nothing outside. In the incarnation, the way in which Krishna is shown from top to the foot is a presentation by penance. Let us understand that format which the incarnation is presenting to us. Anyway, it is very important that man should take it into his comprehension. The difference between vision and view. Vision is his comprehension. It's not that it is revealing inside. He should comprehend it. That is realization or vision or seeing. The presentation is at the top on the diadem. Krishna has a feather of peacock. It looks beauty, but not physically, more beautiful for comprehension. Peacock is Mayura. All the words have to be, everything has to be comprehended through the language Samskrita. Then we get the real comprehension. Mayura is me himsaya. It destroys the sexual passion. It dances when it is very happy. As it dances, it leaves virium. We call vigor or semen. These are all physical words. This Mayura peacock is an example. Man, as he comprehends within, as he acts with the body, Lord Krishna within, he gives us the real dancing. Dancing is not simple physical dancing, an act of activity, Chaitanya. In that Chaitanya, man can give out sadhana virya, the potential of his practice. As the peacock does not seek the female peacock for its dancing or giving out the semen, that's a very good example. So also, man, to put up his potential, to express his potential, he doesn't need the assistance or seeking the proximity of anything else in the world, anything outside. He doesn't seek. Look, man can see the external, but it's a seeing vision. Even without the external, man can see himself, his senses, his activation, his Chaitanya. So this is the elevation with him. So this man can get it with the help of Lord Krishna. This is the feather of peacock by example. By the reality it is said as Barhi Barhavatam Sakam Brhavrudhav. In this course, man gets elevated, Vruddhi, he attains Vruddhi, gets elevation, and that elevation spreads Sakruvyaptav, because he keeps the feather of peacock on the diadem, Sikha it is said, Sakruvyaptav. By the absorption, comprehension of the activation given by Lord Krishna within, man grows in 4 items, sadhana chatushtaya it is said. Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, discrimination between real and unreal. Ihamatra Bhala Bhoga Viraga, he gains renunciation in the mundane and amutra in the imaginary worlds elsewhere. And then Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, control on the inner sense, control on the external senses. Then he gets real affinity, real pleasure in what is really going on inside Uparati. But during that course, he gains Titiksha. When the externals try to influence him, he can have perseverance, Shraddha. By this, he develops sincerity towards himself. By all this, said Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, Iha Mutra Phala Bhoga Viraga, Shama Dhamma Uparati Titiksha, he develops sincerity about himself. Then he reconciles Samadhana. Then he develops Mumukshutva. Mumukshu is one who is seeking liberation. He is seeking liberation because he always finds eternal entities with him, vis-a-vis the externals which he sees, they are fleeting. So he likes to be away from the fleeting and close to his divinity. This is moksha. This is the Sakruvyapto, the way in which he grows. So that is indication why Lord Krishna keeps that peacock feather on the diadem, indicating the man to grow inside, within. Then comes Krishna has a diadem. Diadem is English word, Kirita is Sanskrit word, Kruvikshepe, Kshipa Prerane, Ira Gato. Finally, he comes to his own conduct, attainment, and awareness. So, the amount a man builds up his personality in his conduct, in his attainment, in his awareness, that is Kirita, diadem for him. That is diadem for him. Diadem is this, what is shown is only an example. This is how the Hindu logics, all the deities have diadem, to say that the way in which the element of existence they sustain, that is their diadem. Man, every creature sustains some amount of the element of existence within, that is its diadem. But the diadem is not an external one. He should see that this diadem is beauty for him. Just as we see some external beauty on the person when he wears a diadem. This is beauty internal, which he can comprehend. Keep it. That is beauty. Then Lord Krishna has these earrings. This is not earring as the ladies wear here, but they are said as kundalam, kudidahe, daha bhasmi karani. This is an indication where the way in which he has got dahe, daham is jijnasa. Bhasmi daha means, bhasmi karana means heat. Heat is physical expression. Man's jijnasa, that is aspiration, is his ushnograta, ushadahi, ushnograta, the way in which he can develop himself. Just as man has needs some calories of heat within the body so that he is healthy. Same way, man needs aspiration, that is heat of aspiration, they say, that puts him up. What that does is same as if man is healthy with some calories of heat, then he puts away the legacies with him, then he is active. So also with the heat of this aspiration, which can develop him within his self, he puts out the non-self. He burns the non-selves. Non-self is, self is stable. Single word, self is stable, and that which is not stable is non-self. So instability or instability with him in any activity or in any attainment or in any awareness is put out by this kundala. Just if you see Krishna wearing a diadem and then kundala, his face cut is beautiful. This is a physical appearance, and this kundala within, this diadem within, is much more beautiful for him. Because, and let us understand, if one man wears a diadem, kundala and any beauty and all that, he cannot see that beauty. While others may see, they may agree or not, but the inner beauty man can see, none else can see. That is beauty. If a man can see, that is beauty for him. Which he cannot see, it is not beauty for him. So Kirita Kundala, that's how it says Barhi Barhavatam Sakaya Namaha, Om Kirita Kundala Dharaya Namaha. This is how they, as we do Archana, this mantra come out. Next, in the face, here a human body has a diamond shape where the body is balanced there. Body balances the right and left parts of the body. Let's say right wing and left wing of the body. It balances here. So this indicates this balancing alone is very important for him, and the others are nullified. When this balance is for him, he doesn't get the sensation of any body, physical body, or even any affair troubling him. So this is very important. This is indication. This is beauty for Nosalu Suchana. This is a beauty for the man, where he enjoys himself. And Lord Krishna wears a namam. This is Tilaka namam. This is not said in English because the English culture doesn't wear this namam or culture. Here, is an example that he wears the scent of musk deer. This musk deer has an importance here in this instant. Musk deer has at its navel, sometimes it develops a very good scent. It thinks that the scent smell is coming from somewhere, and so it runs around the entire forest and gets tired, settles down to sleep. As it bows its head towards the navel, then it sees that the scent is within itself. It's a very good example. Man goes around entire world seeking happiness elsewhere. He's tired, he doesn't get it. So once he retires and sees that happiness is within, this is the real stability with him. This is the diamond, this is a physical indication, and that sense is the real stability for him. And the sense of it is the real wearing of this tilaka. The tilaka, it's not just keeping something is here, not like that. Tilaka is tilasnehane. It is his friend. It is his friend. And the Hindu philosophy puts it that it is worn here, tilaka. This indicates it has got two wings, right wing and left wing. And right and left wings are connected at the balancing. So this friendship, this after retirement, he finds it himself. After retiring from the externals, whatever the sense he is able to see here inside, that balances his right and left. And right and left are not simple physical. For the physical, right and left is balanced, and non-physically, right is dakshina in Sanskrit, daksha vruddhau dhatu. The way in which he is developing, man is really developing. He has been coming from all the 84 lakh species from amoeba to this place. He has come developing himself, growing himself to the man, to the sense of a man he has come. But he is not able to be stable in that because he has got another sense as left, that is Vama. Vama is Vikalpa, may or may not. It's an option, it's a choice for him that he may get it or he may not get it. The total responsibility lies on him. While the Dakshina, the total responsibility by design, it is with him. And this is by his comprehension, by his effort, by his practice, by his aspiration. This is Vama. This is always Vikalpa, it is said. Vikalpa, Vikriti and Kalpa. The efficiency is always debated. Always debated. So the debated efficiency, the designed efficiency, both are balanced here at this place. At this place, this is a physical. At the place where he is stable. So this wearing off is that indication, that sense for him to take for comprehension. Then comes Vadana, it is called, this face we call. We have earlier talked on this dais, YouTube, that man doesn't look his face, the physical face. Face is an English word, but Mukha is Sanskrit word, Kanu Avadarane. That which he digs for taking, that which he digs to throw out, which is coming as hindrance for him. He digs and throws out that which is coming in his hindrance to take the hidden treasure from the depth. So in this effort, he puts out the hindering material, mud, so on, so to take the hidden treasure left with him. This is the verb Kanu Avadarane. So and so. Throughout the life, in all the beings, the being is digging himself. He has got a physical body. He has to dig out what he is. Dig out Chaitanya, the activation which he is developing inside. There is something activating him. And what is it? He has to activate. This we really don't understand with the elders, grown-up people, but we can understand with the child, the just born child, till say first year or second year. It tries to put all its limbs to activation, tries to sense it, and it is very fast. Tries to talk, express, and tries to get up and then walk and run. This is way it is trying to practice the dig and practice the activation given in the physical body. This is a physical representation example, but at the same time, man throughout his life, from birth to death, he is digging out within himself the sense of activation which he is gaining. But in a way, he does it knowingly or unknowingly. Both knowingly or unknowingly, he is doing it. He is not definite about it, while his effort is continuous. This is called Mukha, Kanavadharani. Mind you, we have all the five senses in this phase. See, we have ear, that is Shrotra, Twak, this is skin, Sparsha, utility, and then eye, taste, smell, all the five we have. At the same time, the inner senses are operated through the brain which is here. So man is trying to activate them and try to knowing him, try to identify his activation and then know his depth of intelligence, depth of consciousness. He's working on that. This is Vadana. Vada Vyaktayam Vachi. Vadana is not just face. Mukha is one word and the Vadana is Vada Vyaktayam Vachi, the way in which he is trying to express. If you see, look at the man's face. Face gives some expressions, and these expressions we see physically, the externals see physically, but the man, he takes the vision of that as a sense of activation for him to elevate, say, identify and elevate himself in the knowledge of it, in the awareness of it, and identifying himself in such awareness and knowledge. That is constantly going on with him. This is Vadana. So, seeing that Vadana, this activation inside, man gets really elevated. He reaches his Adhisthana. Adhisthana is a word very popular in the language of Vedic expressions, in the language of Veda. Adhisthana is Tha Gati Nivrato, stability. Adhi is sustenance and maintenance. That is sustenance and maintenance of stability. So man tries to reach at the stability of sustenance by sustenance and maintenance in his activation through all the five senses and the inner sense. This is Vadana. Mandasmita Vadana Aravindaya Namaha. Mandasmita. Smita is the way in which he expresses himself happiness. A mild happiness. It is mild because it is not a laughing outside, give off, this is not. A mild is a sustenance of himself to comprehend soft way of doing it. So this is Mandasmita. This is how people see the face of Lord Krishna, they get attracted, no doubt. It's an expression which the saints, Rishi, have given us, the expression of Lord Krishna, so that a common man can get little activation towards himself in comparison with the mundane world. Then comes the flute playing of Lord Krishna. You see, as the flute is being played, the both parts, both wings, right and left, by way of hands, they are being played. So, as the flute is played, man is getting the sense of conduct and consciousness of both the wings, right and left, on the same affair, and only once they are balanced, the flute is pleasant. Once they are not balanced, it is not. This is an example of why a man has to work. The example gives the internal truth, because Daksha and debate and design. That's what we have just now told. Design is designed to develop, and debate is the man's creation. They should be balanced in every affair. Only once they are balanced, then he is balanced, and his movements externally are also balanced, and the affairs in which he is moving externally, they are also balanced. Without the man being balanced inside, neither the external affairs nor his senses are balanced. He has to suffer the disturbances. So, out of disturbances, this also should touch his adhisthana, that is, sustenance and maintenance of his stability. He works. Unknowingly man works, but if only he works knowingly, in the awareness of it, then he reaches the real attainment. Murali-ninada ahladaya namaha. Next, Krishna has here Kaustubha money. This we don't get a correct word in English, because the culture there is different. This is by penance, by tapas, Rishi have developed for us. Kaustubha money, it hangs here physically assured, and this is resting on Vaksha, chest. Every word is defined. Vaksha Tadane. The activities of all the human beings in the mundane order, it's a blow on the chest of Lord Krishna. It's a blow for him, because they have not realized, they are not working in line with their design. They are out of their design. So it's a blow on Lord Krishna, as we say. Better word for the bit beyond this is a blow for them. It's a deceit for them. It's a self-deceit. It's a self-deceit, self-destruction for all the human beings. So that is reflected on Lord Krishna, and said that it is a blow on his chest, Vakshatadani. So on that chest, where the blows are received, is this Kaustubha money. Mana Shabde, it sounds. This pearl, Kaustubha, it sounds. Kubhistambhe, what it does is, it arrests the movements of the people, so that they are forced to see the disturbance within, and the way in which they can go up in elevation. In every movement of the people or the beings also, this is going on. So this is Kaustubha. So this is Krishna. Krishna is Krishna Vilekhani, Dohre Karani. Every act is Krishna. It is karma, activity. Krishna is defined as activity. An activity to draw the activities of the people to their elevation. That activity. Activity of Krishna is not the activity of all the other people. It's an activity to draw the activities of people to their elevation. So mold them to their elevation. That activity. And in the same way, it is Krishna Vilekhane. This it is done not by compulsion, or not to say that Krishna also has activity, also has some senses. No, it is a sense for all his senses. Srotrasya srotram manaso manaha idvachoha vacham. Listening we have. This adhisthana, stability, is a listening of the listening, so that it is put in the real rails. So Kaustubha is always every activity of man is projected onto this. So this is done not just by compulsion or physically handling. It is not like that, but it is Krishna Vilekhane. That is, man as he going on in the activities with any sense, action organs or sense organs, or even the inner sense, there he gets a sense of ploughing inside. Krishna Vilekhane. Within his own sense, he has got a ploughing. That is, he always debates himself, or in the better sense, he discriminates. Either he debates or he discriminates. He is not just left off. That is by a gesture, by design for him. This is also Krishna. That design which man is always conducting is Krishna, it is said. So that Krishna puts him on either debating or discrimination. When he goes on debating or discrimination, the screen as Krishna, the stability, gives him the real light. The real light. As we project something on a screen, as we project, we are unstable. We are not sure about what is going to be seen. But once it's projected on the screen, we are able to see the reality. Good also we see the real correct way. Bad also we see the bad. Bad we see it really as the bad. Good we see really as good. In comparison also we can see reality. This is what Krishna. This is Kaustubha Mani. Mana Shabde. It sounds for us. That sounding is Kaustubha here. Om Kaustubhamani Bhushitaya Namaha. Then comes the dress which we give for Krishna. Pitambara, Pitavasa, we say. Yellow dress. Pita is yellow, is a common understanding. We say Prasiddhartha, a popular meaning for it. But the real word Pita is Parakshane Papani, that which protects. It's a symbol of protection and a symbol of that which a man can comprehend, totally can comprehend. Pita Ambaram Abhishabde. That is, you sound it the way in which you can get protection, the sound in which you can gain it for yourself. That is Pitambara. Who is to be sounded? Krishna. Who is Krishna? the activity stable for our activity. This our activity should sound the stability activity. Get it? Once we do any activity or any job outside, that should sound the stability. Once it sounds the stability, then it offers to us the way in which we can take it. This is Pitambara. Again, it is also said Pita Vasam. Vasam is a very bright word. Vasa Achadane. Pita, that's again protected and receivable. Protected and receivable. Let's just touch a few design points. External is sound. Man listens it. There's difference between sound and listening. That is sound and this is listening. The terms also, sound is decibels. Listening is in the sensory nerves in terms of millivolts. That is different, this is different. Now, Vasa Achadane. Man is designed with this inner sense only. He is not taking anything external. He neither takes sound, neither takes the external touches, nor he takes the external objects for his vision, nor he is tasting the external object, nor he is smelling the external objects. He smells within himself, he tastes himself, he views himself, he touches himself, he listens himself. This is his field. In the earlier talks in this tube, we have said that this is his non-physical electromagnetic field, a flux. Beyond the flux, man doesn't go out. This is his vasa, his residence. He is protected in that residence. He is protected, well protected. He cannot go out. Even for a sin or even by chance, he cannot take the decibels sound inside. He takes it only in his terms, not in the external terms. Anything. It's a protected field for him. So, this is Pita Vasa. This is the field of working of Krishna. Krishna is working or activation, field of giving the man ploughing within himself, within his intelligence, activating the intelligence. This is the field for it. So this is Pitavasa. Om Pitavasa se Namaha. This is how this much of truth is embedded there, and a common man just says, he sees that yellow cloth for him, for Krishna, and he says, this is not sufficient. He may do it, but the limits or the depth of the saying is very vast, very vast. The vastness so much that he can comprehend it in the non-physical and then see him elevated totally to accomplishment. Then comes the feet. We see a wonderful posture with Krishna as against all other deities, it is said. The difference is he puts the left foot stable and the right left crossed. Man asks why he is like that. Can't he stand erect? This is the question a common man puts. He can, but the man is not allowing him. Then he says, what I have done, what have I done for him to be distorted? For him to distort and stand, what have I done? This is where the philosophy, Hindu philosophy, is very rich. There is no view like Krishna externally. The entire that view object Krishna which is explained is the virtue which man is putting up for him, and what he is to be given out, expressed, that's all is Krishna said. It's not never said that there is some Krishna somewhere hanging or who has taken a birth and then who has died. No, no. Man in the mundane affairs, he is unstable. His instability is stable for him. He always based on that. Even if he goes to a preceptor, or even if he is drawn to Vaikuntha or any abodes, he always goes, or in a temple or a church or masjid, he is based on his mundane effect. Even the biggest devotee or a common saint also. So that is the presentation. That he is based, this is Vamapada, left leg, debating sense. Debating is always placed, based, he is based for him. He is biased on that. So that is placed erect. And then this Dakshina Pada, that is the way in which he can elevate himself, that he is neglecting it. He is distorting it. His elevation he is distorting. So the way in which he distorts is made is not accepted by Lord Krishna, not accepted by the standards of his activation karma. So the presentation is the way in which he is distorting is presented to him as his leg is distorted. It is distorted and kept for until the man is out of distortion. He should put back. Once he is put back, and this presentation is all right. So this is called Vinyasta Pada Yugalam. Vinyastam is placed. Vinyasta, this is placed, biased, based, mundane is biased and placed. This is Nyastam for him, for the man. And then Vinyastam, Vikalpena, debatingly taken up the self-elevation. So this is Vinyasta. So it is now on the part of the man to come back to his reality. This is Om Vinyasta Pada Yugalaya Namaha. Now we have seen a discussion where now you should decide yourself whether you have seen Krishna in the physical forms, or the physical form giving us the non-physical sense of elevation for us. It is giving a sense of non-physical elevation for us. So it is Darshana. This is Krshna-Darsana. You had Darshana, aren't you? Let's meet again.